Hello, welcome back to my channel and welcome to Junk Journal January. Today I'm doing 3 prompts together: outline, depth, and embossed. And I decided to do these 3 prompts together because I don't have anything to emboss. I don't have any of the tools. So I thought I could create an embossed paper outlining and creating depth, you know. Because when you have embossed paper, there is a depth and height to it. So I thought I could tie everything together, but I haven't been very successful at embossing paper without the proper tools. But I want to show you what I did. So let's get started. I have a lot of things here. I tried to emboss regular copy paper. This is just regular copy paper that has been coffee dyed. And I was just using my glass pen and outlining a stencil, like that's the outline part of it, to create depth. And it kind of works. I can feel it. I don't know if you see here, I can tell you which stencil I'm using so you have an idea. I was using this one. So that's more obvious on the other side, of course. So that wasn't too successful. And then I tried the same in vellum. I don't have any plain vellum, so this is already printed. And I did with my glass pen. And that one kind of worked. I can feel the relief, the depth and the height on that one. And then I remember that I don't know if it's still a thing, but in the 90s I would see all of these handmade cards that were made with vellum and with white pens, like with white gel pens. I had an aunt who did a lot of those, and I always wanted to learn how you do that. And it's kind of an embossing technique, I guess. So I did that with a white pen here on top, and also the outline, the outline of this mushroom. And that works. This is how it looks on the other side. And then I did some more designs, so this kind of works. And then I did the same in this paper. This is not vellum. Let me tell you what paper this is. Okay, this is the paper. It doesn't say anything. Color translucent. I bought this maybe 10 years ago at Michael's, and I've never used it. It kind of feels like vellum, but it's a little bit thicker. But I was still able to do that. And this one, it's kind of the best result I got. So I did the white pen, and then there is my design on the other side that you can feel it. It feels like if it is embossed. So I wanted to show you this, how I did this. I mean, I'm pretty sure you have an embossing machine and you don't need this, but maybe someone doesn't have it like me. So I'm gonna just grab a piece of paper from here, like this one. Okay, that's good. So I'm using my gel pen. This is my Jelly Roll white pen. And I think I'm going to speed this process up because you don't need to see me outlining the whole thing. This is how I'm using the prompts as techniques and other things. So I'm just gonna do this flower for the demonstration. The little seeds here are too small, so I tried to use my glass pen. And I already did the outline of this flower, and now I'm gonna try to fill it in. By filling in your outline, you get more pressure with your gel pen. I'm not pressing harder than what I would normally do, and I'm using this mat that you can actually push a little bit. It's still hard, but it has less resistance as a wooden table, I think. So let's see if this works. So this is how it looks with the white, which kind of looks good. So let me do this. Okay, we have the little seeds in there, and maybe I'll do like a circle outline here. There. Now, if you're good at drawing, you can draw your own things. But look at that. Now we have an embossed paper. I think this is the best technique for embossing without an embossing folder, at least that I found out. So I hope this is helpful for you. So now I'm going to use all of these materials to create something in my journal, and the rest of this video will be a voiceover. So enjoy. Hey, this is voiceover me. Here I'm showing you some envelope paper that it's also embossed, and I'm gonna use that paper in the collage I'm gonna make. I'm using that red page again, so I decided to make an outline. I did so many versions of outline in this video, but I just wanted to do like a frame with napkin. That's the part of the napkin that doesn't have the design when you have a napkin with several layers. So that's one of the layers that doesn't have the design, and I'm just using it as tissue paper. Funny enough, those napkins also have some embossing in them, but when you glue them, it disappears. But I guess I'm using more embossed materials than I thought. I guess there are a lot of embossed things around that we don't really think about it. At least I don't think about it. So I want to do a double page for this, and I'm doing a more neutral background using more of that coffee dyed paper that I used to practice my embossing technique. That's how I'm gonna call it. And another scraps that I had on my desk and in this little pocket here. So I'm just using a lot of coffee dyed paper, I guess, for this background. I honestly wish I didn't have red pages, or I have other purple and greens. But these were the papers I was given in the workshop where I made this journal. I wouldn't choose those papers myself. It's very hard to do a collage with those colors without having to cover the color first, if that makes sense. So I'm just adding, I wasn't sure what I wanted to do here, but I knew I wanted to connect the two pages. I really like that cream looking color in the next page. So I was adding the same type of scraps on both sides, but I didn't want to cover the whole page because, as I said, I like that color. So I'm trimming all the excess of the napkin here, trying to make it look better because it was looking very chaotic and I wasn't sure if I liked it. I actually wasn't sure this whole time if I liked it. I struggled with this because I don't know how to use these prompts, how to use the embossed prompts without having an embossing folder and embossing machine. So I think I tried too hard to do embossing and I didn't think of how I would do the layout, how I would use the embossed materials in my page. So I tried to get into the flow. When I start gluing paper, I usually feel more relaxed and I start, just gluing paper. So then I decided to add this mushroom, which is a vellum, the one that I did the outline to create the embossed look. So that's gonna be the first piece of embossed paper I'm gonna use. And then I'm using a piece of that metallic translucent paper. And here I'm trying to create a cluster with these things. I realized that metallic paper doesn't really like glue stick. So I had to use some of my art glitter glue in a little bit because it wasn't gluing. Then I decided to add a little bit more color with that magazine image. And again, just trying to layer a cluster with the mushroom being like the main focus of this part of the page. Here I go with the glue because it just wasn't gluing. And I also realized that the vellum wouldn't glue on top of that metallic translucent paper. Was that the name? I don't remember if that was the name. So for the other side, I decided to use this flower. I really like how this one turned out. This is the one I did on camera. I don't know, I'm very happy with it. I think it's a very pretty flower and it turned out great, in my opinion. I don't know what you think. If I had more patience, I could try to get better embossing with my gel pen. Then I found these stars that I have from, I don't know, who knows when, that they're actually embossed. And they are also metallic and also hard to glue. And then I started adding these little pieces of the vellum that has the white gel pen. And here I'm adding some tea bag, just to have a lot of different things going on to create depth. I wanted to create depth in this page, but I don't think I achieved anything related to depth other than creating depth to emboss and then creating several layers for depth. I don't know. I honestly don't know how I would use depth by itself. What did you do for depth? Because I mixed them all together because that was easier. So then I put a mushroom sticker there to have another mushroom on the other side of the page. And then I did an outline of my page. I outlined the page doing this loose stitching kind of mark making thing with my Posca pen. And I really liked how that turned out. I think in the end that making that outline around the pages made everything look more cohesive. And then of course I'm adding a flower sticker because I always need to add some flower stickers. And I keep thinking what I want there, and what always saves me is a butterfly sticker. And that one was perfect because it's in that side profile, kind of standing over the flower. Then I added some marks and more outlines around the stars with my white jelly pen, jelly roll gel pen, I guess. And it just stopped working. I think I used it too much to emboss. And now it doesn't want to work anymore. So I grabbed my Posca pen and I started doing some more marks to create more depth. Again, I don't know, the depth, I'm kind of ignoring it. I tried, but we're just gonna ignore depth for now. Although I do think I tried to incorporate it. I just don't think it worked. At this point I was like, I hate this. I don't really like what I'm doing. But I just kept adding things, gold dots, and I don't know, something. And then I found this page of a map in an encyclopedia. And it has that ocean map there that has some lines that I think they represent the different depths of the ocean. And yeah, that's another thing for depth. that I wanted to add. Also, I wanted to say welcome to all my new subscribers. I checked my account and we made it to 1,000 subscribers. Oh my God, I'm so grateful. Thank you for being here. This means so much to me. This is a huge thing for me. So I think in February, we're gonna do some celebratory something. We're gonna do celebration in February to celebrate 1,000 subscribers. So stay tuned. And I'm waiting for February because I'm busy all of the month of January doing the Junk Journal January challenge. And I didn't say that I messed that up. I wanted to stamp 6 there for day 6, and I did 60. So here I'm writing embossed with my brush pen. You know, this is one of my favorite things to do. And it was kind of hard because there are a lot of different textures in this page with all the different papers I used, but I mean, it kind of worked. So then I'm checking there, I did embossed. So now I'm gonna make sure that I'm doing the 4. I don't know, I just did them out of order. So now I'm gonna write outline. There I go. So yeah, again, thank you for joining, thank you for subscribing, and thank you for commenting in all of my videos. I love reading your comments. I love reading that you feel inspired by what I do, because honestly, I do this for myself because it's therapy for me. Although, you know, I struggle with some of the prompts, for example, in this challenge, and I feel like I'm still learning and I'm still new to the junk journal world. This is so important for me, for my well-being, and I'm so grateful that you think that this is useful to you as well. So thank you for being here. Thank you, really appreciate it. And because I thought that this was so hard, I found this whole page so hard, I decided to write this quote that it's in one of my washi tapes. I have a washi tape that says, I can do hard things. And then on top, I did some journaling. This was hard, but I can do hard things. Again, I'm not doing the Spanish words this time around as I did in Junk Journal July, because I don't know how to say embossed or outline in Spanish. And here's the final product. I think at the end I like it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again next time soon. Bye.